Tampa, Florida. It's so much more than sunny weather and stunning beaches, but I often hear in the comments that there's nothing to do here, or living in Tampa is not all that it's cracked up to be, and I'm here to set the record straight. I'm sharing 10 reasons to love living in Tampa, Florida that really shouldn't be taken for granted. And to go a step further, I'm gonna share my personal experiences that will add a nice little color to things, so stay tuned. Recently, I shot this video that showcased 9 things that actually stop people from making the move to Tampa. But whether you are someone that's thinking of moving to Tampa or already local, stick around because today we're talking about the opposite. And these hidden gems and unique perks will make you fall in love with Tampa all over again. And when you do, I'm gonna ask you to reach out to me, Adam Morjan, and my amazing team of licensed realtors, and we would love to help you find your next home and be your local real estate resource of choice. Then, after watching this video, check out my channel because we make videos just like this, showcasing everything from the best places to live in Tampa to the endless things to do. Now, on with the show. Let's kick things off with something that sets Tampa apart from the rest. Its unbeatable mix of cultures. From the vibrant streets of historic Ybor City, where the Latin heritage comes alive, to the diverse neighborhoods that each bring their own flavor to the city, Tampa is a true cultural melting pot. This fusion of influences creates a rich, unique atmosphere that you really won't find anywhere else. And trust me, it's one of those things that you don't fully appreciate until you're living right in the middle of it all. Now, using Ybor City as an example, it's known to many as our party scene, where bars and clubs are open until 3 a.m. And I spent many nights there when I was in college, but by day, Ybor is a walk down memory lane. Much of Tampa's roots come from the Spanish, Cuban, and Italian influences in Ybor. From the brick roads to the cigar shops, old Tampa can be felt simply by walking 7th Avenue. Then visit West Tampa, and true to Tampa's roots, go into a hole-in-the-wall cafe like West Tampa Sandwich Shop or Los Gringos and mix in with the locals enjoying a Cuban sandwich and a hot café con leche. The old-timers of Tampa still meet every morning, and you'll find everybody from judges to boat captains talking about Tampa's old times and what the future might look like. This is real Tampa, where you can experience tradition and a sense of community. So many people look at the glitz and glamour and forget the small things that created Tampa and still make it such a special place to live. Neighborhoods like Ybor City and West Tampa are great examples of Tampa's beginnings, and one of the best kept secrets about Tampa is the distinct charm of its neighborhoods. Each area of the city has its own personality, making it easy to find a spot that feels like home. Take Seminole Heights, for example. The historic neighborhood is a haven for artists and foodies and its quirky little bungalows, mural-covered walls, and an array of indie cafes and restaurants that make every visit an adventure. Then, how about the Heights District, where modern urban living meets old world charm? With new developments popping up alongside historic homes, it's the perfect blend of the past and the future. Now, for a taste of luxury, look no further than South Tampa. Known as the affluent epicenter of the city, there are over 20 neighborhoods to choose from with easy access to interstate travel and the highest concentration of boutique dining, entertainment, and shopping. As you move away from the city, you'll start to expand into our suburbs and nearby towns, and you'll start to notice the homes start to change as the city expanded as the population grew. Areas like Carrollwood and West Chase start to give you the suburban feel, and if new construction homes and master plan communities with all those bells and whistles are what you're looking for, then our suburbs in the north and to the southeast of the city might be for you. The Tampa Bay region offers such a variety of lifestyle choices, and it's often overlooked. Growing up, I lived in the city, but when my parents got a divorce, my mom chose to build in West Chase, and while my dad's restaurant was in Ybor City, he chose to build a home on 14 acres in Dade City. I had the best of both worlds, a master plan community and a home with horses and room to play on four-wheelers. Then as I got older, I bought my first home back in the city. Then I moved to Cheval and Lutz, trying to get that suburban life, but quickly realized my life was better in the city, and now I live off the river. Choosing between the city and suburbs, you'll often have to make a decision between an older home in the city or give up the location and proximity to the city for a newer home. I have experienced both, and both have their pros and cons, and FYI, you can also live on the beach, you can also live in a high-rise condo in downtown, or you can find acreage, possibly even lakefront. The options are there, and that's the beauty of what Tampa can offer. While Tampa's neighborhoods each offer their own unique charm, there's no denying that one of the biggest draws to living here is the easy access to some of the most beautiful beaches in the world. Just a short drive from any corner of the city, you'll find pristine, sandy shores and crystal clear waters waiting for you. Whether it's catching a sunset at Clearwater Beach, enjoying the vibrant atmosphere of St. Pete Beach, or discovering a secluded spot on one of the lesser known beaches, Tampa's coastal gems are more than just a weekend getaway. They're part of everyday life, and trust me, it's a luxury that never really gets old. For my family, we visit the beaches about once a month. We typically get on the road before 9 a.m. That way there's no traffic, and it only takes about 35 minutes to get to the beach from the city. If you leave after 10 a.m., traffic will start to bottleneck as you get closer to Gulf Boulevard. And our favorite beach for a day trip is St. Pete Beach, and more specifically, Paso Grill. But for sunsets, you can't really beat Pier 60 in Clearwater and grabbing a cold one at Frenchie's. For a fun blended afternoon, I like to visit Dunedin, then spend the day on the beach at Honeymoon Island. And when we want to totally unwind, our beaches of choice for a long week stay would be Indian Rocks Beach locally, or you can head a tad further south and Anna Maria Island is absolutely unbeatable, especially relaxing at Bean Point. The key to it all is understanding what lifestyle you really want living in Tampa. And there's just so much more than just beaches that for my family, it makes sense to live in the city where all the action is. Of course, the beaches are just the beginning. Living in Tampa means you're never short on things to do, especially when it comes to outdoor activities. Thanks to the warm climate, Tampa offers year-round opportunities to get outside and enjoy the sunshine. Whether you're into kayaking along the Hillsborough River, biking the scenic Bayshore Boulevard, or exploring the many parks and nature reserves scattered throughout the area, there's always something to keep you active, and you can enjoy the outdoors all year round. The best part? It doesn't cost money to go fishing, hiking, or biking the trails. There are tons of ways to enjoy Tampa Bay area that really won't cost you. In fact, one November evening, it was perfect outside, and my wife and I decided to walk the Riverwalk from end to end, 2.6 miles, and what a treat that was. We came across 4 different spots with live music outside, and yes, we grabbed an adult beverage for our walk, but what a beautiful, unplanned evening it was for us that outside of the drink we brought was completely free. And speaking of the Riverwalk, since the addition of the Riverwalk and our newest developments, Tampa has come alive. And it's funny because I often hear grumbles about how Tampa has changed. Well, I think of it as, we've evolved and we still have all of the old small town Tampa things like coffee shops, but the new developments have added so much to our city for us to enjoy. This scenic 2.6 mile pathway along the Hillsborough River has transformed downtown Tampa into a vibrant hub of activity. Whether you're walking, biking, or just taking in the views, the Riverwalk connects you to some of the city's most exciting spots, from museums and parks to trendy restaurants and bars. And it's not just the Riverwalk that's changing the face of Tampa. New developments throughout downtown have brought a fresh energy to the city. With sleek high-rises, innovative mixed-use spaces, and revitalized historic areas, Tampa's urban core is booming like never before, offering a dynamic blend of modern living and rich history that's truly unique. Now, I shot this video that shares how to spend the perfect 24 hours in Tampa, and a big part of that itinerary was yet another evening out with my wife, but this time we explored the Water Street area in downtown. It felt like we were in another city. The trolley was running. We were hopping in and out of restaurants and bars with no set plans, and it was a night to remember and one that I'll never take for granted. As you stroll along the Riverwalk and explore downtown, you'll notice that Tampa's transformation goes beyond just new buildings and beautiful spaces. The city has also blossomed into a vibrant hub for arts and entertainment. From the world-class performances at the Strass Center to the contemporary exhibitions at the Tampa Museum of Art, there's no shortage of cultural experiences to dive into. Tampa's art scene is thriving with local theaters, galleries, and music venues offering something for everyone. Whether you're a fan of live theater, art shows, or concerts under the stars, Tampa's rich arts and entertainment landscape adds a dynamic layer to Tampa City living. Every week on my Instagram page, I post the major things to do for the weekend, and I love seeing the big concerts, the sporting events, and Sunday markets, but for me, there is nothing better than our big festivals and local traditions where the entire city comes out to celebrate. For example, Gasparilla is every year starting in January, and it just takes over the city. Gasparilla is pirate themed after Jose Gaspar, the trolled Florida's coast, and for over 100 years, we have celebrated Gasparilla season. Things kick off with a pirate invasion and parade where you will see close to 1 million people dressed up in costumes, catching beads and hopping house parties. They also have a night parade and children's parade, which is nice for the kiddos. Then you have the Gasparilla Art Festival, the Film Festival. For you runners, they have the Distance Classic, and for music lovers, the Gasparilla Music Fest. There is nothing like this time of year where the entire city comes together for a fun celebration. But the excitement in Tampa, it doesn't end there. When it comes to sports, our city has some of the best teams to root for, and as a sports enthusiast, it doesn't really get much better. From firing the cannons at a Buccaneers game to the electric atmosphere at Amalie Arena for the Lightning, Tampa is a city that lives and breathes sports. Every year I try to catch at least one Bucks game, but my kids love the Rays game in St. Pete. My girls actually love watching baseball, but when at the game, you have to have a hot dog, pet the Rays, and finish things off with some good old Dippin' Dots. Another thing I'll tell you is that I have been to ballparks and stadiums around the country, and one thing that I can come to appreciate in Tampa is that for a Bucks game or Lightning game, the location is safe to pregame. The Bucks Stadium is located right in the middle of the city, and there are 2 wide open fields to tailgate, grill out, and play cornhole. Then the Amalie Arena for the Lightning is right in the middle of downtown where you can walk to Water Street like I did with my wife on our special date night. Or my new favorite is the Yard House right across the street with the largest selection of beer with over 130 beers on tap. Being a sports fan in Tampa will forever be a part of me, and for newcomers, it doesn't get much better than this. Just make sure to support your new Tampa teams. Now let's say you aren't much of a sports junkie. That's okay. Maybe food is more of your thing, and if so, you will be happy to know that Tampa was ranked as one of the top foodie destinations. Tampa truly is paradise for food lovers with a diverse culinary landscape that benefits from its melting pot of cultures. From mouth-watering Cuban sandwiches in Ybor City to fresh seafood straight from the Gulf, Tampa's food scene is as vibrant as the city itself. Whether you're exploring local food trucks, dining at farm-to-table restaurants, or savoring dishes at one of the many food festivals, Tampa offers a delicious array of options that will satisfy any palate. It's no wonder Tampa is quickly earning its reputation as one of the top foodie cities in the country. Now, growing up in a restaurant family, I love good food, and there are always longtime favorites like Burns Steakhouse, the Columbia Restaurant, and so on. But since the Michelin Guide came to Tampa, it's attracted a ton of new options to our area. I made it a personal goal to experience all 30 on the guide, but I'm still chipping away at that. If you are new to Tampa and not sure where to go, the Michelin Guide could be a great starting point. I've always said that Tampa is one of the most well-rounded cities, and it has a little something for everyone, but one of my favorite things about living here is sometimes being able just to get away. We not only have one of the best international airports in the country and a port where you can hop on a cruise to get to the Caribbean, but Tampa's location makes it easy to day trip to some amazing nearby cities and towns. Everyone already knows about Disney and the theme parks in Orlando, and it's really easy to cross the bridge to explore St. Pete's downtown. But did you know about Dunedin in North Pinellas with 9 breweries, a bike trail, a cute main street, and easy access to Honeymoon Island? And just north from there, you can experience Little Greece in Tarpon Springs, paddle the springs in Weeki Wachee, and take a boat trip out to one of my favorites, Anclote Sandbar. There are endless things to do in Tampa and endless day trips for when you want something different. As you can see, Tampa is a city that truly has it all, from its unique neighborhoods and beautiful beaches to its vibrant art scene, sports enthusiasm, and delicious food. Add in the city's prime location for exploring the best of Florida, and it's no wonder that living in Tampa is an experience like no other. These are just a few of the reasons why so many people fall in love with the incredible city, and why those of us lucky enough to call Tampa home know that it's a place not to be taken for granted. If you're thinking about moving to Tampa, or maybe you already live here and simply want to find a new home, my team eats, breathes, and sleeps Tampa real estate, and we would love to help you and your family find your next home. So make sure to reach out to us, as it's never too early. And for more videos just like this one, check out my channel because it's loaded with valuable content all about Tampa. Thanks for watching, and until that next video, I'll catch you later. Woo!